Hello. So today I'm going to explain about usefulness of Internet of Organizations IoO platform for the service provider companies and especially to the salespeople, managers, marketing personnel of service provider companies. So let's see how it can be useful for your organization. So before I get into the details or explanations of through the PowerPoints and all, I want you to have a look at one video first. So I will play that video first, and then we will go into the details of IOO platform.
IoO, your crystal ball. Wherever you go, you're going to face competition. If not now, then in some time. So the question is, how can you best optimize your efforts to reach out to their needs as early as possible and in a completely clandestine manner? Unless you have a secure pathway to reach out to your needs in real time, you're going to lose your share because of the growing competition. Imagine if you have access to a secure and secret pathway, which leads you to your needs in real time. It not only saves you the time and effort to reach out to your needs, it does so in a totally secure and secret manner. IoO, your crystal ball. IoO is that safe, secure, and secret pathway which brings to you what you need in real time. IoO, your crystal ball, and smart fishing net.
So as it was explained in this video, getting a new opportunity, new deal for your organization is pretty much like fishing in a very vast ocean, and the tool you have is your fishing net. But the thing is, even if you are able to catch a good school of fish, good catch in or around your location, wherever you are in that vast ocean, ultimately the competition comes in and they also grab their share of the fish, and you end up getting lesser and lesser in your own hands. So the question comes is, so how can you always find better opportunities, better areas to get the fish that you want, the more quantities of fish that you want? So IOO.net or this IOO platform is going to help you achieve that goal. So let us see how this platform is positioned to help you in your goal to get more opportunities to grow your business and ward off competition. So let's see. Uh, so the objective of IOO.net IOO platform is to always make direct and secure access possible between organizations having niche or expert capabilities with those organizations in need of those specific capabilities. So it's kind of a facilitating your expertise to be taken at those steps of an organization which needs that kind of uh, service for them to satisfy their needs. And to ensure that all this is facilitated without spending too much time and effort. So this is the objective that we have set for IOO.net platform. Now, vis-a-vis this objective, let's see how the current situation in the market is, how currently the opportunities are acquired. So usually what happens is uh, you acquire opportunity through a salesperson or existing project team's acquaintance. There is a lot of dependence on the relationship aspect to the B2B services business. So you have to create new relationships, but the problem is your new expansion gets exposed only as much as your new relationships. And sometimes it is not very easy to break through the perception barriers or other barriers, even with the new acquaintances. So there is a problem of efficiency in new customer acquisition right now. The relations acquisition is based mostly on a relationship and not on matching your expertise with the appropriateness of the need. So if somewhere some customer is in need of uh, capabilities which you or your organization has, but is not aware or it doesn't have the reach to you or your salesman, he never gets the opportunity to utilize your services, or you do not get the opportunity to grow your business and expand your uh, scope of your services. Then this entire cycle of relationship based selling and customer acquisition needs transformation and digitalization. So that is one drawback with the existing method. Also, it needs a mechanism which can expand the scope of acquisition and at the same time identify opportunities with respect to the expertise of the organization in need. So, how do we deal with this problem is the question. So, we have defined the problem that needs to be solved for the current mechanism of getting the new business, getting the new opportunities. So, the problem we have defined is how can any organization always find out all the opportunities in the market without spending too much effort and time? And while doing so, how can they understand all aspects of the need, 360-degree view of the need, and also connect your the customer directly to the expert in your organization so that a rich level of communication happens at very early stage of development. So you don't want the opportunity to get cut off when a not so expert in the domain, a salesperson is interacting with the customer and he finds that maybe this organization doesn't have the capability. But in fact, an expert in the domain may be able to articulate it better, the customer in need. So that is what needs to be solved. Then not selling the services where you have customer reach, but to make your service reach where there is a need. So the business expansion happens like you create new acquaintance, new relationship, and expose your services to that customer. But that is a very low efficient model of expanding your business. The way it should work is you should be able to reach wherever there is any need, specific need in the market that pops up. Your services should get exposed to that need so that that customer also gets your services and you get the business and opportunities. Then it's not only about getting a new deal, signing a new contract, but also continuously understanding the customer and market needs so that you can develop your own solutions, services, new products, keeping the tap at the market trends, market needs, etc. So that also needs to be taken care of. So you should not limit only up to proposal, contract, project cycle, but the objective should be to continuously understand customer needs. Okay, so let's now see the need versus service map that current practices usually see. So you have a market and there are lots of opportunities in the market, but you do not have or reach to all those opportunities into the market because you do not have so many relationships in the market to reach up to those opportunities. So you have your limited reach of services and the service reach somehow overlaps on the opportunities, but not entirely. So the win percent is also with respect to the overlap of opportunities and services reach. So which tends to be smaller because you are not always exposed to the entire spectrum of opportunities that is available in the market. So that is the current problem. But with IOO.net, what is going to happen is you are going to entirely overlap your services on the opportunities into the market. That is naturally going to expand or increase your win percentage, leading to your business growth. So you can focus your energies not on new relationship development, exposure of all of your services to the new relationship, and then getting a small percentage of wins, but to exposing to where there is a specific need, and thus increasing your chances of wins. So that is going to increase the efficiency. You can direct your resources, energies, uh, uh, cost or investment to developing new or better services, better capabilities, or even for better delivery. So that is what is going to happen with the help of IO.NET. So with this current situation that you are in, what I think you have to ask yourself is, do you come to know about all the opportunities in the market for which your organization has best-in-class capabilities? If not, why not? Don't you always want to target market-wide opportunities with new customer acquisition to leading to business growth? Why would you restrict yourself or your expansion only to a relationship? Don't you want to understand the unmet needs in the market, leading to the development of new or better solutions, services, or products? So, existing model is kind of limiting you and your organization with all these aspects. So, what if uh, the services that your organization has gets exposed to not only the known opportunities through your relationships, but also to the unknown opportunities where you do not have relationships? Will not that increase your win percentage, leading to business growth and also bringing in better efficiency, lesser cost? So this is what is IOO.net is targeting. So IOO.net is basically opportunity discovery and your service introduction. IOO platform. You can go through that also. Okay, so let's see how this platform is positioned in the B2B space. So IOO entirely operates only in business to business space, not in B2C. In B2B, if you see, it's basically categorized in product and services domains. In product domain, the way it works right now is you have platforms like Alibaba and other platforms like Amazon and all. So the product makers, vendors, they publish their products onto the platform, which gets searched and pulled by a customer. So it is push-pull mechanism. Vis-a-vis, if you see in the services space, there is no such platform right now. So that is a space that IOO.net is going to take. And the model there is exactly opposite of how it works in product, because there are no ready-made solutions to to very unique customer problems. So the customer problem or requirement or need comes first. So that gets pushed onto the platform IOO.net. The vendors, service providers, they pull it from IOO.net, understand it, and then they come up with their proposal solution response to the customer need. So that is how this model works. Now again, in this services space in the B2B domain, uh, let's see how the sales promotion works. Now, if you compare sales promotion of B2C to the B2B IO.NET model, this is how it works. So in B2C, mostly what companies do with social media like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they companies try to track the web history of a user, which websites the user has visited, what content user has searched before, and based on that, the advertisements or sales content, promotion content gets shown to the user. So it is a wild guess that this user, because he searched for this keyword, may be interested in my product. So that is how the B2C sales promotion works. B2B, apart from the symposium, seminars, and all those marketing events, which are mostly analog marketing events, there is no specific customer identification. So how IO.NET platform is going to enable this is, if you see, uh, when you are registering to IO.NET platform, you have a user profile, so you can specify specifically target the content of your service to a specific promotion, not specific user. That is how IO.NET enables this. Okay, then so how it works is, so your organization gets exposed to the entire spectrum of IO.NET users, and all those users will have multiple needs, requirements pitched onto the platform, which you or your organization can subscribe to or search through, and then respond to those specific needs. So while sitting at your desk, you get exposed to the needs that you are interested in, that you are capable or expert in to satisfy those needs. So you can pick and choose which deals to work on and respond and reach out to the customer directly. So now let's see how this entire deal cycle or service deal cycle goes through. So uh, need, somewhere in some organization, some customer comes up with a need, it pops up. Then the salesperson, through his relationship or acquaintances, discovers that, oh, this customer has this need, for which my organization has a related capable service or solution. Then the discussion goes forward. Then there is a cycle of meetings and discussions with the customer to understand the need or requirement. Then you connect the expert in your organization with the customer, and expert gets an idea of to what needs to be proposed, what kind of solution needs to be pitched to the customer, and then you give the proposal. You have your commercial negotiations. There could be new needs that can pop up in customers' mind. So again, it goes back into the same cycle of opportunity discovery to the project execution. So this cycle goes on. So IO.NET with Polycracy is targeting the space indicated in orange in here. So from opportunity discovery to communication and proposal cycle with customer. This These activities performed on IOO.NET platform. So that is where you operate on IO.NET. So you do not necessarily have to go till the project execution phase. You can keep exploring opportunities and keep exposing your services, solutions to them without worrying about uh, whether it leads to the actual project execution. Of course, that is the target, but it may not always happen. But it gives you an opportunity to break the customer perception, to expose your services to a customer who is directly interested in that specific domain or area. That is how IO.NET helps. So IO.NET basically will facilitate uh, information exchange between organizations. So it could be any organization anywhere in the world, and the information exchange happens for that specific area of that pyramid where the deal cycle happens. So the question is, okay, so how do you exchange information? How do you explain the details of need and service? So the another important characteristic aspect of IO.NET is it happens mostly in the form of audio and video, so that a 360-degree view, a complete articulation happens to the opposite party. So you come to know the exact details, whether it's the ambience, environment, the factory outlets, prototype, or surroundings, entire spectrum of the need, and also the actual voice of the customer in need. Along with, of course, you can share documents and other details. And also, it is possible to upload through the smartphone application. So you do these information exchange with audio video documents in the specific area of deal service deal cycle. So that is where IO operates, and this is the data that IO handles in that specific area. So the entire focus is about articulation, which happens with the visual and audio form. So this is how you connect with other organizations. So, to summarize the flow of actions, so whenever any customer registers his need or requirement onto the IO.NET platform, you get notification of the opportunity on your smartphone, on your email. Then you can go through the documents and video and audio. There could be multiple videos, audios, and understand. And not only you, but entire organization and all the experts, managers, consultants in your organization can see the opportunity and hear it directly from the customer, not through a chain of stakeholders, which can sometimes pollute the actual need. Then you create your proposal that you can pitch, that your expert can directly pitch to the customer. So you have to keep in mind at this point, your salesperson may not have actually even met the prospective customer. So this is how it enables business expansion without relationship development, totally on the basis of whether the need is matching with your portfolio of services, solutions, capabilities. Then the contract negotiations and project execution. Of course, contract negotiation and project execution is offline. It is not on IO.NET platform. So in a summary, this is how IO.NET platform is positioned, and it could be useful for your organization as a service provider. So please check out www.io.net, and you can also register your organization, or registration is entirely free that you can do on the platform. Thank you.